learn the connectors. Starting with the definition of the connector, a connector is a word that is used to join words or sentences. There are some common connectors as you can see on your screen. Once you go through these connectors, we shall see the usage of several important connectors with the examples. So, let us start with however. It is used to indicate contrast and contradiction. Let us see the examples for it. The first one is, that man has much money, however, he isn't happy at all. And the second one is, she sings very well, however, she is a stutterer. In both the examples, it is seen that two contradicting ideas are joined using the word however. Also, we use a comma after writing however. After that, another connector is on the other hand. It is used to say something that is different from the first thing mentioned. To make it more understandable, let us see several examples. The first one is, we had no money, but on the other hand, we were very happy. And the second one is, I like playing football. On the other hand, my brother likes playing basketball. You might have noticed that in both the examples, the sentence written after on the other hand is totally different than the one mentioned before it. Here also, we have the comma after writing on the other hand. Now, let us go further. The next one is even so. It is used to indicate something that is unusual or extreme. To understand it more accurately, let us see the examples. This type may be dangerous for us. Even so, we have to do it. The above mentioned statement is extreme, and so we have used the connector even so, and not to forget the comma after that. Now, let us see another one, which is though. It is used to show that two ideas are opposing one another. For an instance, the first example is, though the meal was spicy, it was really delicious. Another example is, though he loves his teacher very much, he did not get used to his friends. In both the examples, it is seen that though is used to connect two opposite ideas. But in these sentences, we have not put the comma after though. We have put the comma after the first part of the sentence containing though. Now, let us move to the another one, that is who. The sentence structure is first sentence plus who plus second sentence. You can see the example. We saw a girl, she was running. The same sentence can be written as, we saw a girl who was running. Here, we connected two sentences by using who, and in second sentence, we removed the she and wrote who instead of she. Now, let us use who as a connector in a different way. The second sentence structure is first sentence subject plus comma plus who plus second sentence and then comma and then first sentence. Let us understand it with an example. Sita failed again. she did not work hard, we shall write this sentence as Sita, who did not work hard, failed again. Here, the first sentence subject, Sita, is written first. Then, there is a comma after that. Following to that, we have written who instead of she, and then we wrote the second sentence, did not work hard. And finally, we have written the remaining part of the first statement after a comma. The last sentence structure for using who as a connector is first sentence subject plus comma, later who, and then first sentence followed by comma and then second sentence. Taking an example, my uncle is a doctor. He wrote a book. By following the format, the sentence can be written as my uncle, who is a doctor, wrote a book. Here, the first sentence subject, my uncle, is written first. Then, there is a comma after that. Following to that, we have written who. Then, we wrote the first sentence is a doctor, and finally we have written the remaining part of the second statement after a comma. This is how we use who as a connector. Now let me show you how to use at the same time in a sentence. It is used for two things which happen together. For an example, child's story made us cry and laugh at the same time. Here, cry and laugh happened at the same time. So, we have used the connector at the same time to serve the purpose. Let us see another example. Russians' use of petroleum gel is 75%, and at the same time they are using only 25% of the natural coconut gel. Here, use of petroleum gel is 75% and they are using only 25% of the natural coconut gel. Both of these events occurred at the same time, and so we have used at the same time to describe the event. Next, let us see how to use whom in a sentence. Firstly, the sentence structure is first sentence plus whom followed by the second sentence. Let us see the example. I know the boy, she loves him. I know the boy whom she loves. Here, whom is used to define the object. So, in this statement, instead of writing him, we have written whom. Try making few more sentences in your own using whom before proceeding further. Now, I'll show you how to use whose in a sentence. Starting with the sentence structure, first sentence plus whose is followed by the second sentence. To understand it clearly, let us take an example. Sita is a good girl. Her mother will give her a gift. It can be written as Sita is a good girl whose mother will give her a gift. Here, instead of her mother, we have written whose mother. Another way to write the same sentence is Sita, whose mother will give her a gift, is a good girl. Now, we shall learn the usage of which. Its sentence structure is first sentence plus which followed by the second sentence. Here, the second sentence can start with eat that or a repeated noun. Now let us frame the sentence. I purchased a car. It is very costly. This can be written as I purchased a car which is very costly. Here we replaced it with which. Now we will see the usage of when as a connector. Firstly, the sentence structure is first sentence followed by when and later the second sentence, and it is used for repeated noun pronoun. To make it more understandable, let us take one example. The teacher rebuked the girls. The girls made a noise. Here, the girls is repeated. So, instead of repeating, we can write when they. The teacher rebuked the girls when they made a noise. And finally, we will see how to use where in a sentence. Seeing the sentence structure first, we write the first sentence followed by where and then the second sentence. Here, where is used as a conjunction. Let us see an example. This is the Hotel Taj. I stayed here last year. Now, let us write by using where. This is the Hotel Taj where I stayed last year. Now, before ending the lecture, I would like to tell you that these connectors are very important for writing and speaking module of your IELTS exam. So, please practice them very well. I hope you have understood the usage of connectors. Thank you for attending the class. If you have any queries, please write us in the comment section below. We will make sure that all your doubts are solved as soon as possible. I'll see you in the next class.